Hey, it's the Chubby Bartender Podcast with your host, Jason Gillum and Chad Reynolds. With a special guest each week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back.
And we've got us some Buffalo Trace, by God.
Oh, by golly, we're going to have a suburban night tonight.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we've got ourselves a connoisseur on here.
We got an old friend.
Yeah. yeah.
I can't believe you didn't bring no George Dickel.
I ran off. I told him I was in a hurry, and I thought I was going to be late, and I took off from the house and left it because I had a whole brand new bottle of number 12 sitting there.
You are you're our local expert when it comes to Tennessee whiskey. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, you are, and maybe we should have told you that. But,
okay,
but no. So tonight we're going to make you go with the Kentucky bourbon.
Okay,
but you are definitely our Tennessee whiskey guy.
Let's get in there.
Well,
Tell me when.
That'll be good right there. Thank you,
Chad.
There we go.
You tell me when.
All right, that'll work.
It's kind of like sitting at the dinner table on the sitcom where you got to just look the right way.
Yeah. There it is.
I wouldn't mind to sit there in that ice for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to give mine a little bit.
Gee,
We got to have a little splash.
A little splash.
Yeah,
in there,
give me.
man. Yeah,
give me some.
there you go.
Yeah,
there's a little life water in there.
Been a minute. Hey,
Life
Ross,
water mixed with brown water.
you're our first whiskey. When's the last whiskey we drank?
Well, we got into that Wyoming whiskey.
Yeah,
It any good?
But
it wasn't bad.
It was a little hot, but it was pretty good.
It wasn't too hot, was it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good.
That's delicious. I didn't know if I was supposed to wait.
Oh,
No,
you don't
no,
have
we're
to
good.
wait, buddy. No, it's a once.
I didn't know
for coming in.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cheers,
thanks for
man.
coming in.
Fellas.
Cheers. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
But
Been a minute since
Buffalo
I
Trace.
got a little buff tough. Huh,
That's
man?
good.
Yeah, it is.
buff tough.
Buff tough.
We got to thank some guys.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you where I want to start.
All right.
We were just having a pre-conversation here about the about your boxing.
Yeah.
That you're doing there at AP Prep.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, I know we want to do their regular spot, and we'll give all the information. But talk about this adult boxing class.
Well, it's. I was telling Prater the other day. You talk about something that is just absolutely just puts you in your groove, fun.
Yeah.
It's. I can't jog for an hour.
Right.
Okay. My knees just won't take it right now.
Right.
But I can go over there and I can do that for an hour. It's just I can't say enough great about it. It's just really I can tell a big difference. Big difference.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you learning how to box?
Oh yeah. That was the thing. Jason.
I mean, is it just
in.
a cardio thing, or are you learning how to box?
Yeah, Jason stepped in the other day and showed me the difference in the hook that I was throwing, and I mean that guy right there is no joke.
I've seen videos of him. I mean, we used to watch that back in the Western Southern days.
Listen, he knows what he's doing. I mean, just the technique and everything about it is, if you do it right and if you kind of get into it, it's 100% positive for you. Less injuries, less everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I mean, he's skilled at the whole deal. So look those guys up, man. APprep.info.
Absolutely.
Prep. Yep, anybody can do it.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk also then about Geiger Brothers.
Well, Scott, I realized
partner.
how big Geiger Brothers is the other day.
Oh, okay.
Well, Scott, he's in Columbus.
Okay.
That's where he works. Every day.
Time. He's up there.
He's up there every day.
Okay.
They've got, projects in Tennessee, projects in Columbus, projects in Athens. I mean, they are everywhere.
Yeah.
What a machine Geiger Brothers is.
It is. And great people. Mm-hmm. They do an absolutely fantastic job.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Geiger Brothers. Look them up at geigerbrothers.com or 740-286-0800.
And now I want to talk about, tell me how many life insurance policies you've sold this week.
We're going to switch it up.
Oh, we're switching it up. All right.
Okay. I tell you, I got to brag on my company.
All right.
Last Saturday, week ago yesterday, we had a claim turned in. Okay. A refrigerator line was leaking behind the refrigerator.
Oh, boy.
Rotted out some stuff.
Yeah.
Turned in the claim on Saturday. On Tuesday we cut them a check for $17,000.
That's
Wow.
That's really
outstanding.
impressive.
That's pretty
really
good.
impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like. That was really fast.
Yeah.
And so I called the client and I said, hey, did I see this right? And they said, yeah, the adjuster was here Monday and they just called me. They're going to do a
Where are
direct
your
deposit.
adjusters out of? You guys
We
use
use it-
independents?
we
or do
use
you
independents.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
so
they'll find somebody locally
quickly
to go do it.
use them.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I was pretty proud of American National.
Hey,
for
that's
that, so.
that's a great story. How do they get a hold of you?
740-395-0357 or hey, put your email together, jason.gillum@american-national.com. Send me your stuff and just send me a message and we'll kick it off from there. But just say, hey, looking for insurance. So give me a call, give me an email.
Awesome. Okay, now let's get to our guy here, man. I gotta tell a story, not app related.
Oh, okay.
About what the Muns are about.
Okay.
I called Brad late. Our wife said there was a trunk or treat at Northview, and they needed some kind of a dessert coupon or something. They wondered if they had that, and I was like, well, I'll text Brad. Boy, I hate to ask for stuff like that, you know. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm getting my haircut. He comes up there with him, just hands them over.
Oh yeah, I saw the kids with him.
Yeah,
you didn't because you weren't there.
No,
I was.
Well, I had a pretty good session at La Rosa's that day. I didn't think I was school appropriate.
Okay, but that's the way Brad operates.
Well, I'm going to tell you another Brad Munn story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Friend of the family, and he calls me in June when he opened up the lobby. I don't remember, was it May or June when he opened the lobby back up for a little bit?
Probably, yeah.
So he calls me and he says, where's your dad? It'd been open. He said, this lobby's been open 3 days. Where's your dad?
Yeah.
And I said, well, Brady's not getting around real good. He said, you need to get him in here. He said, I'll be in there to meet him. And he said, I'll call mom and dad. So Brad shows up, has lunch with us. Next thing you know, Rob and Georgina are showing up. They got us outside. That we were already done, but you just don't have that everywhere.
No,
you don't.
You got to have a Brad Munn to have. Something like that.
yeah, you do.
that was probably special for your dad too.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
He was tickled to death.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your dad.
Yep.
Sorry about your dad. I know I talked to you and your brother both.
Yep.
But.
He good fella, and Brad and him. Brad, they're like family. They're just good people.
Yeah.
They are just good people.
Yeah.
Brad, I remember Josh being in the office and Brad stopping in, and then Josh leaving, and he'd say, "What's he into?" He said how they've just always known you guys. But so we wanted to bring you on. I mean, just shoot the shit, really.
But sounds good. I got a lot of it to shovel.
But I'd been wanting to ask you, and I just hadn't seen you. We hadn't seen you in about a year. Since the weight loss thing.
I've been kind of incognito, buddy.
Well, I'd say you've been extraordinarily busy, probably.
Yeah, it's life's different now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, your life's a lot different.
Yeah.
But so, and you're a nurse practitioner.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And so I just kind of wanted to see, what's your thoughts? I mean, hey, let's fire it up. Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm about to get my booster. I'm about to get my third one.
How are you getting your booster? Just because you work there?
Healthcare.
Yeah. Healthcare.
Yeah.
When will I be able to get a booster?
You know what? I anticipate it's going to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're moving right through.
They're moving right through it.
Really?
I got it but of course I'm an old, but
you're an old.
I'm old. I am. I'm 48 and type 2 diabetic, so I was right now.
Huh. Well, I thought my dad acts like he can't even get his yet.
Has he got Pfizer?
Maybe he's already got it.
Moderna just released theirs.
Yeah, just last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I think he was
yeah.
Huh.
I got Moderna, and I got mine back in December of last year.
Okay.
Oh, your original vaccine.
Yeah, the original.
And you just got your booster? Or
No, I'm getting ready to, probably in the next week or two.
So what are you doing now? What
I'm at urgent care in Waverly, Ohio. We're starting to get busy again.
Yeah, frontline. Yeah. Are you seeing a lot? I mean, you guys doing a ton of COVID tests down there, or what?
Yeah, we are. We're testing a lot more.
Talking that mic, Jason.
Oh, sorry. Let me get up a little bit. Let me get up a little bit closer here on the mic.
There you go.
Yeah,
you can move it. Put it up there.
That might help.
Yeah.
Wow. No, we've been through several stages. We went through when they locked everything down. Mm-hmm. We weren't seeing anybody. people weren't coming out. They were using telehealth.
Yeah. Okay.
So, we were doing telehealth. We were doing all that testing, remotely.
So when they called in, were they talking to you?
Yeah. Yeah, they would.
Telehealth is like you.
Yeah, they would, they call in. We had a call center. I mean, they set up a call center like Ricky Ticky. I mean, they set it up. They were ready to roll.
Like Bangladesh.
Buddy. They were ready to go. And we, you would get in there and they had some of the stuff already existed. There's 3 or 4 vendors of like telehealth software, I guess, or like, and they're all, they're webcam based, and they'll put you in a queue. Like you can queue up your patients. They're really pretty cool. But, we went into that immediately.
So, okay. So like you didn't have like a group in a room sitting there doing.
Yeah, we did. We actually went to, I work in Waverly, and we had, they had that set up in Portsmouth, and I drove to Portsmouth. There was a room full of nurses over here taking calls. There was a room full of registrars over here taking calls, and there was a room full of MOAs, medical office assistants, over here taking calls. And then we had a provider office where we had our camera and all that stuff, and it was slick.
So they're referring them to you, so it's basically just like going?
Yeah, just like going. And then, my patient would pop up ready. I'd call them and talk to them, either talk to them on the phone or do a video chat with them, and it worked really good.
Was that pretty effective?
Yeah, for what we needed it for.
Because, it's the way business is running now, too. That's about the only way I meet with clients anymore, it seems like.
Yeah, it's kind of become... One thing, I was sitting outside, I'm sitting out in the car, and I'm thinking about, things I would talk to, COVID-related.
Yeah.
It's changed our culture.
Yeah.
It's turned our culture on...
Yeah.
It's turned our whole culture on its ear.
Oh,
What about the hospitals?
Do what, sir?
What about the hospitals?
We've had spikes. We had a spike 6-8 months ago where it was full. We had a spike last month.
Yeah.
Did they work through that?
Oh yeah, They
okay.
all this. It was kind of like the systems were in place.
Yeah,
and
now it's back open now. Like
everything's kind of back open, and everybody's still masking. The thing that makes this different is we had the flu in 2009. I was the manager of the ER in 2009, and we went from like 100 people a day to 200 patients a day overnight.
In 2009?
In 2009, and during the swine flu, and it was.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! It changed.
I was pretty drunk.
It changed my. It changed my whole life.
Yeah,
I didn't leave that place for 22 days. I didn't.
During the swine flu?
Yes, I didn't. It was like I worked 22 days straight.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, it's just a horrible strain of flu.
But I don't remember it like.
Oh, it decimated the health system. It really did. It was.
I thought there was like a few people got it. I didn't realize. So you're saying like 100 people a day around here were getting it?
Yeah. It was.
But did they die?
Well, it was a pretty high mortality. It was a very high, very virulent, I'll say, very virulent strain of flu because it hadn't been seen for, nobody was vaccinated against it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like your flu shot that year was essentially
pointless.
Yeah, not good. Because they had guessed wrong, which, there would have been no way of knowing that it was going to be.
So how did they know that, or how did it ever die off?
Well, they punted, and they had us vaccine ready, quick.
So have I taken a swine flu vaccine?
H1N1.
Yep.
Oh, I remember H1N1.
That's swine flu.
That's it.
H1N1.
I don't remember taking it.
I bet you've had it 5 times.
It was your regular flu shot.
Yeah. It just after 09, it was just in the mix.
Yeah.
H3N2, H1N1. Now, don't ask me about how they get all their names. I talked to, there's a microbiologist that I work with. He's got a degree in this kind of stuff, but he told me how all it works. And they're all A strain. You've heard of flu A, flu B. Your very virulent flu strains are all A, mostly all A. B, you'll see scattered out throughout the year. But A, when you start seeing A, that's when it's hitting you.
Yeah.
And here's something interesting. Last year, and now don't quote me, these are to everyone at home. These are anecdotal stories, and I do not have exact numbers.
right.
You know, I don't have numbers I'm quoting from, but I did read a study just the other day. There were somewhere in the neighborhood there were less than 4,000 cases of flu last year in the United States. There were 30 million cases of the flu in the United States in 19.
Wow.
In 2020, there were
Do you attribute that to the masking, social distancing, and everything? Because I heard one of our customers is CVS, and they're having to throw away tons of Tamiflu from last year. They just didn't use it. Like, you know, they had, and you can only store it so long. The shelf life is, you know. Yeah,
I mean, in years past, I'd write 15, 20 prescriptions of Tamiflu a day. In the height of the
right.
You know, I didn't write one last year.
That's unbelievable, man.
So we basically just like that. We were just incubating it. Before.
I think before we just, you know,
but we were just on top of each other.
Yeah, it was a free.
I mean, there was no social distancing. Nobody was wearing a mask.
Nobody wiped
a day were we washing our hands? You know, prior to
eating off of whatever.
Oh yeah, and I mean, people got ultra conscious about that and eradicated the flu last year.
Cleaned everything.
I mean, people actually did what we asked them to do in years past. They actually did it.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of other theories about it. You know, I read stuff all the time. I'm constantly.
The United States is crowded, man.
Oh yeah.
So if you look back 100 years and look at the differences in population, I wish Tyler was here. There's a big difference in population. There's a lot of people here. It's hard not to be on top of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What? So are you still seeing in your urgent care? I mean, are there a lot of potential COVID cases walking in there every day?
That's the tricky thing about COVID.
Okay.
You don't know what it is. I mean, there's not a specific thing. You can't throw a dart and hit what the symptoms are. Because it's a little bit different. I've got people with the sniffles. I got a little bit of body aches and the sniffles. That's COVID. Yeah. I've got 104 fever. I got the chills and I'm dying. That's COVID. You know, there's not been anything that
it's all over the board. Some people are sick of their stomach or something like that, or something. The younger
kids,
yeah.
You know, some people are nauseated. Some people have these high fevers, and you just can't pin it down. So you test everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to. Yeah.
And you know, because you've got these people going elsewhere.
Oh sure.
Our positivity rate, you know,
it's going down.
It's going down, which is a really good thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, you think of the people, you know, and then you run into the totally opposite end of the spectrum. People don't believe in it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my goodness, people. You know, when you know 4 or 5 people that have been adversely affected by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I lost another guy yesterday or today.
Yeah. There's been several.
Pete Blevins.
No kidding.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was a musician, old Pete. So that's what he called himself, Old Pete.
Old Pete.
Pete Blevins. He was a nice guy, man. Great musician. He kind of a honky tonker. Just real good, you know, just honky tonk, cowboy stuff. Just, you know.
COVID got him.
Country music, yeah. And COVID got him, yeah. He probably wasn't, I don't know how old he was. I'd guess him in between 50 and 60.
Yeah. Are you seeing, Jason, a lot of breakthrough cases like with that? Like my wife, you know, obviously we probably weren't as educated in it. We went and got the vaccine and we're kind of like, hey, we're good.
Right.
And then she winds up getting it.
And that's been the tough thing about it. And I think that probably the misnomer is that you're not going to get it. You know, it's like, you know, the thing about the vaccine is that you're pretty much not going to die from it if you do.
Okay.
That's
it's not going to be as bad. Why is that so hard for people to understand? I mean, I'm not. Yeah. I don't know. But why?
You wonder why is it hard for people to? I mean,
you're better to have it than not.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm not saying you have to take it.
Oh, I'm not either.
I'm not. But like I got into it with the guy one day about it. I didn't get into it with him, but we were talking, and I said, "Do your own research."
Yeah.
I said, "Man, everybody, you have to know somebody by now." If it's 1 out of 2,
oh yeah,
there's your research.
Yeah,
right.
Don't say a buddy knew a buddy knew a buddy.
Yeah. You know what? I think everybody's circle's close enough now where it's. I mean, somebody's been affected by it.
Do your own, make your own decision.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's my thing. It's like, hey, look, man. if you choose not to get it, man,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, I hate it for you. I do.
I worry.
Yeah.
That's just my own personal opinion. You may not be, and I get it. You don't have to be. I know people that aren't vaccinated that aren't worried at all.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I also know people that that weren't vaccinated that got it that told me they wish they had.
Yeah,
I
right.
know,
Yeah.
I know people that's had one shot that didn't go back and get the second.
Yep.
Hey, we may all grow a third nut.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I mean, what are you seeing, Jason? I mean, are the majority of folks that are coming in are they vaccinated? Have they taken one vaccine? Have they, where on the spectrum Pudge was just discussing there? What are you seeing?
Well, I would. What they basically said is that only if you've got 10 people that are hospitalized with COVID,
Okay.
one of them is vaccinated.
Okay.
Okay. The other 9.
But that's because they're not vaccinated. That's like.
That's hospitalized. That's
That's because that's the population kind of that's vaccinated.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with it's just not out yet.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about it though is that and as far as mortality goes, the mortality drops way off with the vaccine.
Okay.
Way off. I don't have exact numbers, but looking at
Drastic
those numbers,
difference.
if that did not, if those numbers don't convince you to take the vaccine, I don't know what would.
Won't that number though, as the population gets vaccinated? Okay, so let's just say for simple numbers, in January of 2021, let's just say 3 out of 10 were vaccinated. Well, I'm guessing by December of 2021, that number will go from 3 to possibly 6, 7, maybe 8.
Because more people have gotten vaccinated.
More people have gotten vaccinated. So won't you see the decline of the vaccinated number in the hospital? You'll probably see that reverse because more people are going to be vaccinated, right?
Well, the reverse of that is the vaccinated people aren't getting hospitalized. The vaccinated people,
So there won't be as
they're
many,
getting
yeah.
they're getting the sniffles, they're getting a little cough. They're not making it to the hospital. The severity of illness is so much less.
So much less.
So much less that's why they're not making it to the hospital.
Okay.
Is you won't see them in there at all.
But let's say in 5 years, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then so let's just say that out of 9 out of 10, 4 of them have to go to the hospital and 2 of them die. Well, they're all vaccinated.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So that
vaccine
number will start looking bad.
eventually, but I don't know that it'll be.
But I think what he's saying is there's also going to be a tremendous upside to taking the vaccine.
You'll go to like those 100 cases days and
Well, you're not going to have the mortality rate's not going to be nearly. I mean, you're just not going to have as many people dying from it. It's going to become very similar to the way the flu.
the way that we were just talking about.
That's my guess.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it's still going to be, potentially very harmful to you. It's going to be deadly. But if we can get everybody on board with it,
I guess. And I don't think I don't. You don't. If you don't want to take it, don't take it. I don't care. But I don't think. And most people that I know that don't want to take it, they're not like anti. I haven't really met any anti-jabbers. Have you? In the beginning.
I mean, maybe in the beginning. I mean, I don't know that I've.
Do you think Blystone was?
Oh yeah.
You think he still is?
Probably, yeah. But like that would. I was going to say maybe him. I mean, other than that, I don't.
Generally, those folks don't strike up a conversation with me.
Right.
Was he anti-jab or was he anti? He was anti-choice.
Everything. I think he's anti-COVID. Like I don't think he. I think he's.
Did you get
the denier or something?
Okay. And you'll have a certain group like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, man, the world. There's all kinds of different philosophies in the world. Yeah. I mean, and that's why I'm like, hey, man, if you don't believe in it and you don't do it, I mean, hey, man, do your thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but God be with you. I mean, it's great. I mean, I just think that the numbers are in, guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the numbers.
So how many are you? How many are you seeing now with COVID today? Do you know?
It's not much right now. It's not much. We've kind of knock on wood. Anecdotally, I'll tell you that we're kind of turning the corner a little bit.
Yeah.
You get that feel like it's kind of starting
it's kind of the intensity's waning a little bit. 5 weeks ago, it was intense.
Yeah.
Now it's it's starting to the intensity's waning.
Man, look at that crowd at like Ohio State game last night.
I know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
I know.
So
100,000 people, right?
So how could we was talking about that flu? Just like we was talking about masks, but you didn't have that last year,
right? You didn't have it.
Yeah,
you didn't have any.
there
big
was
gatherings.
no gatherings.
How many people sit in the shoe?
110, 108, 110, something like that.
110,000.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
Jackson County's got 36,
and it's tight in there, bud. I mean,
you could fit Jackson in there 4 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Jackson County.
Oh yeah,
Jackson Wells no kill in there 4 times.
And there's never an open seat, dude.
Never.
I mean, never.
And it's what the size of this whole block all the way down south.
So like, how is it going with these big mixers like this? I mean, are there just enough of the folks that are going to they're probably thinking, hey, if I'm going to that, I'm probably going to be vaccinated.
Well, right? I think that, and I think people have finally decided. This is revolutionary. People have finally decided to stay home when they're sick.
Well, yeah, and that makes a big difference.
I think that's made a difference.
Yeah,
yeah, that's at least gotten half better.
That has, man, and I'll say that even personally myself.
Yeah,
like I was the guy that was often guilty of like, hey, I got sore throat or whatever.
Right.
I can go in there.
Well, people finally realize.
And now I think people are like, maybe I better just stay at the house today.
Yeah.
And, I think people are more conscious about it, like sending their kids to school and stuff. Too.
Absolutely.
I wish they were more.
I do too. I mean, hey, if you got any kind of sickness or whatever, just stay home.
Yeah.
Be all right.
Take
the day off. Yeah.
If you get perfect attendance, you're just out there super spreading.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? We're no longer going to award perfect attendance in my world.
Matter of fact, we need you to miss a few.
Yeah. You know what? We're suspicious.
Yeah.
If you got perfect attendance.
Well, there's been people talking about that. That's been a debate for a long time about rewarding perfect attendance and how it affects,
healthcare.
I mean, healthcare and strep.
I'd say
even
health.
strep.
Oh, strep.
I mean, my goodness.
And that's contagious as heck, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
You wonder.
You wonder how this hadn't happened before.
It makes you wonder.
I sat in a meeting like 10 years ago. I don't even know why. I was on doing something in town, and they had this meeting. And it was out there at the extension center, and it was over the bird flu. And I can remember sitting there just thinking, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is awful. What the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like a real life thing. Like, and they were talking about the severity of it. I mean, they were painting this picture like, guys, there's people like dying, and I mean, and now you're kind of living it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, man.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought?
Who would have thought this?
I've never seen anything like it. I've been in healthcare for 25 years.
It was really surreal. It was odd when they shut everything down last year.
I don't think we're going to get shut down again.
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
And now, never say never.
Right. I hope not. I mean, but like I think it was that was unbelievable. That was a jolt. I mean, people woke up to the thing thinking, well, okay, so here we are.
Yeah, and hoarding toilet paper.
Oh yeah,
that was the thing. And never. You have conversations with people, and you just it's come up in conversation many times. Why did people pick toilet paper of all things to hoard?
Yeah.
I mean, meat, bread, eggs.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You got a wash rag. I mean,
Yeah, you can figure it out.
You can figure it out. I never really understood the whole toilet paper hoarding.
Man, that we wrote the history book.
Oh yeah.
That was something. I mean,
you know what? What I think is interesting is were the politicians was the government watching the items that sold like that? Because here's the thing: like if they really wanted to improve the tax plan, put a tax on that shit like toilet paper that everybody lost their mind on. Well, put a federal sales tax on toilet paper.
They've got
because
data.
It's been proven that in the event of any sort of crisis, there will not be one roll of toilet paper in the United States. I mean,
They've proved it.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable.
Guarantee everybody's house right now has double the inventory of toilet paper they ever did.
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody is used to buying it in bulk.
Water.
Yeah. Everybody's used to buying it in bulk. And it's
me and my wife we had a come apart over this weekend.
Oh, about
Over TP?
No, well,
were you still buying things in bulk or something? You're thinking it's time to maybe relax the supply chain.
We had 7 boxes of cereal.
Oh my!
Our 8-year-old's the only cereal eater in the house.
Okay,
you
don't need it.
And I mean, I was like, hey, the reason that we're running out of room is because we've got 7. And we've got 10 of everything.
Yeah.
Hey, I probably overreacted, but it was that kind of COVID kind of did that.
I think it became very, very. I mean, I was doing that. We were going to the store anytime I could see an extra. If there was some extra toilet paper, I mean, I was not going to run out of like toilet paper, beer, whiskey, the essentials.
Exactly.
Well, and then like you think about it, though, it's been going like this for a long time. Like you hear there's going to be,
2 years.
But even prior to this, I remember like you hear there's going to be a blizzard or something, or a snowstorm. Everybody's out there at Kroger's buying milk, eggs, and bread. Okay, it's like for some reason people must like to eat French toast.
Right.
When we get it's a French toast purchase.
Yeah.
Again, the taxation. You take advantage of the weather.
And I'm more like Coors and frozen pizza.
Oh, me too, dude. Yeah. I don't really want French toast. I mean, I don't really want to make it.
Yeah.
It's the whole world's changed.
It really has. I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
well, and you had guys like me and Putt just talked about it too. Like we were kind of in there about headlong. Like about 6 weeks in, we're kind of like, hey, I mean,
this is fucking
this
awesome.
ain't too bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, my head's
you were
spinning.
still in the middle of it.
My head's spinning.
You weren't sitting at home.
Did you get to enjoy? No, I shouldn't say enjoy, but did you get to enjoy any of that COVID time?
No, I mean, I worked every day.
Yeah, you
I mean,
didn't have it.
I did too, and Chad did too.
Yeah.
I mean, in person, and I went, to work, and that's my job. I mean,
And there for a couple months, that was scary, just going back and forth
I bet
to work.
it was, dude. I mean, here you were, man. You're seeing these people.
Sure.
And I'm sure you had all the PPE gear on and stuff.
Sure.
But like you're hearing all about this, you're probably studying the disease itself and what, how it affects people. And I mean, you're sitting there probably thinking to yourself like, man, I really don't want to get this.
No, I mean, I didn't.
And I mean, there was no vaccine. There was nothing. I mean, you're sitting there like you had to be in PPE and away you go.
And you wear it too. I mean,
Yeah.
you wear it.
Yeah.
And why would you not?
Were you changing clothes before you left home and all
Sure.
that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I wear, generally you'll get your yellow gown, blue, yellow, whatever color they are. And, I was leaving a pair of shoes that, more so than anything, I was leaving shoes there.
Yeah.
Not, I wasn't wearing the same shoes home. Mm-hmm. But as far as everything else, I would wear back and forth, but shoes. And I leave my lab coat there now. Always have.
Did that probably, I mean, you're used to dealing with germs and that kind of stuff every day anyway.
Sure.
I mean, for years, you've been treating strep throat and people coming in to urgent care stuff. Highly contagious stuff.
Yeah.
But did it kind of mess with you at all? Mentally? Was it kind of like, man, you felt like maybe you were under a little more pressure than usual? Or
I think at first it was. I mean, at first you're like, it's nothing you'd ever heard of before.
Well, no.
I mean, they had SARS. I mean, SARS, you saw it on TV. It was something that happened in Asia. Never made it here.
Sure, right.
It's the same type of virus. It's scary.
Well, I mean, you're kind of sitting there at first, is this if I get this, is this like a death sentence? Is this like Ebola?
Well, we had just gone through 5. I don't even know how long ago it was. 5-6 years ago, we went through all the Ebola training.
Oh yeah.
We had to wear the positive air pressure stuff, and I mean, Ebola's no joke. I mean,
oh no.
And we were going through that, years ago, and then something just, in my opinion, just as bad or just as virulent is here.
Oh yeah.
And that's,
Now so you're a nature guy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We can get into sorghum here in a minute.
Oh, sorghum, nice.
He does the sorghum.
I know he does. I want to hear all about that.
So now, COVID was man-made then, right?
I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah, that hasn't been.
That's
confirmed.
I think everybody's kind of kicking that around.
But so you and I, we kind of you forage, or you have, I guess. You know a lot about that stuff, and think of all the stuff that like grows.
Yeah.
And how hasn't a germ or something mutated from that? Like, how do we fight ourselves off from that stuff? Because there'd have to be just millions of stuff, billions, trillions of organisms. Like, I've seen these mushrooms go from this to this in a day. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wow, that's a fungus. Like that grew. Like,
yeah, and
that built itself.
And is it harmful or helpful? And how do we figure that out?
Yeah, like
there had to be some poor guy that ate one, and
Well, yeah, the first guy that yeah, there was an ER doctor that I knew that ate some kind of a mushroom that was like it. I mean, he had like a anticholinergic type crisis.
Oh,
he trip.
No, he was like,
see, that's what's funny.
Mouth.
Like a lot of people don't like that. They get into some bad mushrooms and they get like a psychedelic trip out of it or something.
I mean, he was like in serious trouble. Yeah, he was in serious trouble.
Donnelly says that I don't know shit. Donnelly says he said I called him the other day and I said, man, I ate them mushrooms, and he said, well, that stuff was what did he say? He said that was awful. What do you call it? Anonymous. He said, I don't know if I'd have trusted your theory on that lung oyster. And I had to break it down to him.
Yeah.
And he says, all right, go you. He said, but I think it was too much chicken of the woods. I didn't realize you didn't eat all the chicken of the woods. You really only should eat like the white part.
Really?
Yeah.
And see, I've never.
Did you get a little sick or what?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I couldn't stop shitting for 3-4 days, and I mean,
if you ever get a little plugged up, maybe go out and.
Well, it was hot.
Oh,
it was not good.
Yeah,
and I mean, it was like, that's probably that chicken of the woods.
yeah.
And then
when you get to that 50 yards through a screen door,
it wasn't that. Bad. It was they were just little attacks.
Oh.
And it was like, and now I realized it was after I've been reading up on that chicken in the woods, and I was eating it all the way. I was eating the bad part. Oh. You really only need to eat about, them big ones.
The edge.
You only need, the edge.
Are you a mushroom hunter as well?
I just morels. I don't see. I never even heard. My brother knows all that stuff, but I don't.
Rossi, Prince of Weirdness.
Prince of Weirdness knows all kinds of stuff like that. But I pretty much stick with the morels.
Okay, you don't. You've never had chicken in the woods or anything.
But you understand fungus. You understand.
Sure. I understand that they replicate so quickly. I mean, they grow like crazy.
Yeah.
And there's viruses and bacteria that do the same thing.
Yeah. How do we fight that off every day? Can you imagine the New York streets and
I think it's interesting when you think about how far like human immunity has come.
Oh,
I mean, like what we've passed down, and then what we're vaccinating against. Mm-hmm. That's back to the vaccination thing. I'm going to make one more point, and then I'm going to stop. We get vaccinated. I mean, man, we get vaccinated for all kinds of things.
Yeah,
this is no different. Like now they have a vaccine for the chicken pox. So you don't get chicken pox. That's they've got a smallpox. All it says it's been eradicated. Mm-hmm. Polio eradicated because of this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, this isn't anything new. I mean, it's like, hey man, this sickness, what it can do is kill you. And what this will do is help to build your immune system and move human evolution forward to where, down the road, one of these days, we're not going to have to worry about it.
Do you really think the leaders in charge wake up every day and just like, man, let's really give these people a good fucking.
I mean,
you know what I mean? I don't think they do.
I don't think they want a bunch of people to die.
I don't either.
Yeah, I
don't think they want registered voters kicking off.
No, I think they might want some money and stuff, but if the people aren't there, what do they got to do? I mean.
I think they let money control them a little bit, but I don't
of
think
course
they ever.
they do.
I don't think
That's
they
the
ever go
game.
at it with bad intent.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll take their palms are getting greased. I mean, big pharma and stuff like that. You can go into that, but like at the end of the day, like I don't think they want people to die. I mean,
No, I don't either. No. And it's turned into now. I've noticed that and this is kind of funny because I didn't even bring politics in it. Now they're bringing politics into the vaccination,
that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that now you guys correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That's the first time we've seen this, like a politicization
of a disease.
Yeah, like have we ever seen that?
I think a couple years ago people would have politicized anything.
That's true.
They would have politicized a card game. I mean,
Oh God, everybody's pissed.
Everybody's
fired up.
They just get so angry about everything, and it's
well, but it's like, guys, man, this is no more political problem than what cancer is. Like, are we? Right. I mean, I've never heard anybody do that. Yeah. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's weird. I mean, I don't understand it.
I don't either.
And I mean, politics is great. It has its thing. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to follow. But like, geez, man.
Yeah.
I don't want those guys in suits telling me about what I should do with my health.
It's just like cancer.
Yeah.
And maybe we have made leaps and bounds in that. But I mean, have we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, give me an example.
Just
a 20-year example.
All right. The diagnostics now, like medical imaging, for example, like CAT scans.
Okay.
A CAT scan 25 years ago and a CAT scan now, a completely different animal. You know how I'll do it just like a modem. Okay. You remember your 56 flex dial-up modem. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Old dial-up. Modem.
Yeah.
You got that. And then you got your iPhone 12. Okay.
Okay.
That's lots more going on. We went from like a 10 slice CT to a 56 to a 250 to just leaps and bounds.
Okay. So, but here's my question: what have we done? And I get it. I know what you're saying. I know what people are going to say, but like I'm sure that means quicker diagnosis.
Yeah.
Better treatment, but what's the treatment number on that? What's the differences in the treatments now? Like, what are we saving? I mean, what's happening in the cancer world right now?
I think just detection and the fact that people are
treatable.
For example, my dad, for example, the type of cancer he had, it was already like 12 centimeters before they found it. Okay, because he, lifted, Toyota-sized objects for, his whole life. He worked hard, and his back always hurt.
Yeah, so he didn't. He
didn't think it was anything. So he thought he had a kidney stone. He goes in there, and they find this huge tumor. And it was already out before they could do anything about it. Had they found it months earlier, they could have taken his kidney out. And that's just one example, but the thing we're doing with like breast cancer and colon cancer. I mean, think about this.
Cancer. I mean, we're on that.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Cologuard thing, you send it home. You put a stool sample in a package and send it off. I mean, think of what we're catching with that. That wasn't that's DNA testing.
But I mean, so why do you have to? I guess I'd love to see a fix on
I think when you talk about therapies and stuff, like, I mean, think about things like even like surgical therapies. Think about the Da Vinci robot.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I mean, like, it's unbelievable.
Stuff that they wouldn't touch before, now they can.
Oh, yeah. Like, what's the I don't know, there's something, I don't know, laser knife or something that they do for the brain, where it's high intensity focused radiation. I mean, man, they've come a long way.
Have they?
Well, that and the drugs that they're using. I mean, I think that they by no means have come up with a cure, but man, I think that they've done a nice job of trying to extend, extend lives would be what I would say.
Yeah, like stuff like immunotherapy, that didn't exist 20 years ago. You know, the immunotherapies and, you know, different things that you hear of now, it didn't exist.
Yeah, but the thing about all that stuff is it's great, but like the average guy just can't start doing that stuff, you know, unless it's recommended, and then you get into this big, you know, how much, you know, what's your deductible and how much is this going to cost, and that guy has to worry about, okay, is it make the mortgage this month, or is it go to the doctor? Well, okay, so I'm Larry Ross, and it hurts me, so I'm not even going to worry about it right now. Where, you know, I think what would help a lot of this stuff is if we had access to that. I'm not saying universal health care, but I mean, man, I do think something needs done with the medical field in general. It's just, there's just no regulation, you know?
I don't know that it's the medical field so much as it is the medical insurance.
I think that system is broken.
They both are going back and forth, and they're both culpable.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are.
The large IDNs and their negotiations with, and now, you know, when you can tell, it's like when you see large IDNs like UPMC, for instance. Now they have their own healthcare plan, and it's kind of like, guys, now you got your foot in both ponds there. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, it's always a concern if patients can't get access to things.
Yeah, I can't believe hospitals haven't done that more like a membership.
Yeah, well, there is one. There's a huge one in the United States called Kaiser Permanente that essentially started with labor unions on the West Coast, and now I think anybody can join. Well, no, it would be the same thing as if your employer has Blue Cross or Blue Shield. They would have like Kaiser Permanente, and it's some of the best healthcare in the United States. But it's, you know,
well, there's helicopter systems that do that.
Oh yeah,
you can buy a membership to helicopter services.
Yeah, Life Flight.
Yeah, there's
if you're ever involved in an accident or something.
I knew you could.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, there's concierge doctors, if that's what you're talking about.
How many patients do you see a day?
It depends. I mean, 60 probably, 50, 60 is the average. Not me personally. You know.
Oh yeah. Now, how many do you see personally?
20.
25. Okay. That's a full day, dude. You don't have a lot of downtime, do you? I mean, it
depends on the day. I mean, some days are bigger than others, and
what hours do you work
8
in?
to 8.
8 to 8.
So 12 hours. Okay, so you're seeing.
And the thing
2 an hour.
It depends because they don't come.
Depends on what it is. Yeah, right.
That's the thing. They don't come that way.
Well,
they'll come 10 an hour.
No, now tell me a little, like with urgent care. What's the scope of your practice there? Like, will you guys do like stitches and stuff like that? Like, if somebody like, what do you come to urgent care for versus nope, go to the emergency room?
Abdominal pain and chest pain, stuff like that. Yeah. Probably needs to go to the emergency room. Okay. Now we're happy to look at you.
Yeah.
You know,
but do you find yourself a lot of times saying, "Hey,"
and people self triage pretty well.
Okay, you don't have to do that very much.
They self determine pretty well.
Yeah,
you know.
But if you need your hand sutured or something like that, you guys do that a lot.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
But then that would impact your 20 patients a day because that's going to take a little bit longer, right? Sure. I mean, you know,
and that's where some days, you know, every day's different. You know, you could see 30 patients one day and it'd be a breeze.
Yeah. Like, do you guys what diagnostics do you have access to at urgent care versus ER?
Mainly, we have like plain film X-ray, and then we have some kit testing. You know, glucose. We can do like a hemoglobin. You know, flu, strep, RSV. That kind of stuff. Right. You know that we do, and you know we can do quite a bit. You know, we can do quite a bit, but we don't get into, you know, big labs or anything very much.
Yeah, like how about a broken bone? You guys do that? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And we generally, you know, we splint and we'll refer to ortho
if it needs set or something like that.
Something like that. Okay. You know, or sometimes people need surgery and you know, but you know, stuff like that we see quite a bit of that.
I would imagine.
Yeah, which is fine. That's that's kind of what we.
I mean, I bet you guys see a ton of like what you're in Waverly. I mean, Waverly sports going on there. I bet you get kids coming in there.
Waverly sports is like Jackson sports, man. They are
a lot of kids participating in a lot of different sports. And
they're
going on.
Yeah, and I would imagine that they use your facility a lot after hours. Somebody gets injured at practice or something.
It's a great community too. I mean, the Pike County community, they're really great.
Yeah.
It's a great place to work.
They're great. The only guy I have any issue with over there is Jeff Grimes.
Absolutely, that's the only one.
Yeah. Everybody else is
solid. Jeff Grimes.
I don't even have a clue who that guy is.
He's a scrub dude.
Yeah. He's pretty much the president of Waverly.
Is he? Is he one of the friends you're ragging on or something?
Yeah, we're just teasing. We're just teasing.
I was like, I don't know that guy.
He's kind of an honorary chubby.
Yeah. He's definitely a friend of the program and
good.
We're getting on, but big Atomic Credit Union guy.
Well, he used to be a chubby.
Yeah, he's lost all kind of weight now.
He's running marathons.
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, I heard a story about him from Jenkins the other day.
Yeah, Jenkins was telling.
Talk about an animal.
Yeah.
Matt Jenkins.
100 miles, bud.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah. That's insane. You got any interest in doing that?
No, I don't.
I can see you doing that.
I'd like to maybe.
Now, are you a runner, Ross?
No, I mean, Josh is. Josh can get off the couch right now.
Well, he doesn't even have to train. Yeah.
Belly and all. That boy can run. No,
he was like a cross country runner and stuff. I mean, like I think I would argue. I would argue that gentleman right now he probably hasn't done any training.
Could go run a 5K.
I bet he could.
Oh yeah,
and finish respectably.
Yeah,
I think he could. No, he wouldn't do anything for 2 days after.
Okay, well,
he wouldn't move off the couch.
Yeah.
But he would go out there and he'd run it.
Yeah.
He could go out there. I mean, he's just natural.
Yeah.
I
don't know, boys. We're getting to the age where your body has started to shift.
Yeah, mine is.
Whatever you used to be, if you used to be natural, guess what? You started again at 40.
Yeah, I haven't really tested mine too, but this football season's the biggest test that I've had.
How'd that go?
With the coaching and the physical.
How'd the physical?
The way that I coach, I'm very
physical.
Yeah, I'm involved. I'm demonstrating. I'm doing that, and it's going well. Heck, I've lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah,
it's been good. That with my walking I feel like, doing better. But what's funny is, I mean, this is awful. On a Saturday, or game days, whether it's Saturday or Sunday, just kind of the way the times of the games and everything, like I don't get enough to eat prior.
That'll make you cranky.
Well, no, it makes me like, I'm type 2 and normally you're worried about the high, right? But like, man, I get low, so I got to keep a payday in my pocket. And then I've noticed I get massively dehydrated.
Yeah.
Because I'm not drinking enough water and stuff during the game, and I'm yelling, I'm moving around. Yeah. And I mean, that, man, like on Sundays, like I'm like, man, a little bit sore.
Yeah.
I got to rehydrate,
Yeah.
And I
got to get better discipline.
I got to just get better about like taking care of myself with the essentials, man. I'm not even talking about exercise. I'm talking about, man, I need to drink enough water every day.
Well,
that's tough. That's tough. I drink a pot
without pissing every 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to be okay with pissing every 10 minutes.
Man,
it sucks when you're driving. Oh, I know it is.
It's annoying.
Yeah, I know it is, man. But like that's what I've got to hydrate. Like I'll find myself like I'll get to midweek, I'll start getting a headache, and you know why?
Because you're dehydrated.
All I'm drinking is coffee, dude. Yeah,
my muscles have been like trimming, pulsating. You know how they do that all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm not drinking near enough water.
You're dude. But
I'm not drinking hardly.
When you're training as hard as you are with like that's building muscle and doing that. Well, but still, dude, like you got to have a lot of hydration for that.
It's important.
Yeah, I mean, he's the doctor. He'll tell you that. I don't.
Hey, I was going to ask you. I meant to ask you this earlier. And the reason I asked this, you're a watch guy, This Ross here. He told me one time I forget. I think I was like 15 or something. You don't even remember doing this, Ross.
Oh,
here we go. Here we go. Here
dragging it up. Here we go.
I forget. You don't even remember doing this. And you said, Pudge, I tell you what. Whenever you need to get out all them baggy clothes. You told me this, and you said you need to get yourself some nice button ups and a nice watch if you ever got on a date. And you was a big watch guy.
Yeah.
And I looked at you like, I ain't gonna wear no damn button up, Ross. But you was a button up guy.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you. I remember I had a guy that was pretty influential in my career. It was early on, and he made a comment. He goes, "Hey, don't ever show up to an appointment with a cheap, shitty watch."
Yeah.
He's like, that's the first thing people are going to see.
Yeah.
He's like, if I could give you one tip in the insurance industry, wear a nice watch. And I kind of thought to myself, like, what? He's like, hey, dude, no Timex.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can wear that if you're running or something, but like get a
nice one.
Get a nice watch.
Get you a
Citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
did. I went out and got it.
I did.
So you buy into that philosophy?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
I did then.
You did.
Yeah,
Well,
I did.
I think that watches have really changed over the last 3 or 4 years with all these smart watches and all that stuff.
Well, he's got a Garmin. I knew
I was going to ask you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can track all that shit with right
Oh,
here on
yeah,
your watch.
absolutely, yeah.
And I was going to ask you, what's your thoughts on you're wrapping up here on your first year?
Your
Garmin watch.
I will always have one.
Yeah, the durability.
Until technology surpasses it and there's new technology that I need.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the very few guys that doesn't run or anything that has it. But dude, I love this watch.
I never take mine off. I shower in it.
Well, see,
everything.
I don't have mine. I don't
Okay.
have. Which I don't have a Garmin. I've got a Polar.
Okay.
But I'm going to
Similar
get
type stuff.
yeah, I'm going to get a Garmin because Brian Jolly.
Okay.
He's a Garmin guy.
Oh, he's a Garmin guy.
Yeah, well, I told you, man, Wiley, it was just funny. I noticed the other day, like I looked at him, and he had one on. And I'm like, dude, he's like, yeah, man, that's awesome. And I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
He goes, well, what do you think of that? And he goes, man, he's like, this thing is.
Because you were a technology guy.
Me?
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, you
mean,
were kind of wanting the iPhone apps.
Oh, yeah. Like,
And that's not that watch.
I was going to go.
Yeah.
I was going to get the iWatch. That's what I was going to get. My problem with it is I don't like the way they look.
And I don't like the durability of them.
Yeah,
and then
they
you
get
had
beat
one
up.
that had just gotten
Exploded.
destroyed.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this thing, and I am not easy on stuff.
Me neither.
I mean, I break phones, and not on purpose. That's just the way I am.
Yeah.
This thing has been the lowest maintenance.
It is.
And you go to the app on your phone. It's cool. It tells you whether or not you're sleeping, all kinds of stuff, how many steps you're getting a day. It alarms you. I mean, I am all in
on Garmin.
on Garmin.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you today about that because I'm looking. I'm looking.
Here's the thing. Like what I thought I wanted in the watch is I had a lot of friends that had like the iWatch, and you can like check your text messages. You can even take a call on that. With this thing, I wouldn't even bother trying to see the text. You can see who it's from, but like if you try to get in there and read the text on the watch, that's a pain in the ass.
It's a real pain in the ass on group texts.
Yeah.
And there's no emojis. There's nothing.
It's just
But you will get it. And you'll see it. I like it because I can look at it now.
It gives me what I need. That's all I need.
You can click it and read it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't take that step.
Now,
Okay.
now my 14-year-old daughter.
It's just like boom. Okay, I know that Doug called.
So I need to check my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah. Which is probably enough information.
it's more than what I need.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it on my watch.
Well,
too.
and this thing, I mean, I swear, I think you could run over it with a car and it'd be all right.
I shower everything.
Me too.
I don't ever take it off.
And then what I think's funny, man, you take it off, like literally to charge it to
15
full
minutes.
strength. It takes 15 minutes. You take it off in the morning before you jump.
And
in
you're
the
good.
shower.
See, those Apple Watches are not there.
Hey,
Yeah,
and you're good for 2 weeks.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I charge it like once every. Like I let it run all the way down. And I mean, dude.
I think that's hard on it.
But is
Maybe
it?
I'm wrong.
I thought
No, I think it
because
helps the battery memory.
develop
Yeah.
a memory.
Does
So
it?
I was
Okay.
reading that in their thing. And,
Okay.
But I mean, it doesn't take any time, and it just jumps it right back up. And
app works good.
Works great.
Yeah,
it's smooth.
So we was, the reason I wanted to talk to you about that. I like to. We was talking about that health stuff.
Yeah.
What I like about this Garmin is it'll give you this body battery. Now, I didn't realize this, but I started keeping a log, and I mean, if you've noticed here on the show, I haven't been drinking much.
Right.
Drank one beer last night during a High State game. Because, man, my body battery, it's not like I tell it, I drank 6 Busch lattes.
Yeah. You didn't.
I don't plug that in there.
It's all about the sleep, dude.
And my body battery the next day will just be devastated.
Really?
It's amazing. And it's like, I don't tell it that I've been drinking.
It knocks your rim off. It
just totally must do something.
I think it's the breathing.
Yeah, but it tears up. It gets into your REM sleep. I mean, you're not getting there.
Yeah. I was reading an article about it that a dude was talking about his Garmin like sleep tracking body battery. Uh-huh. He went through a sleep study and got a Cpap. Uh-huh. Started wearing that Cpap.
Changed his life.
Went berserk on there. Yeah, like it just was, everything just went perfect.
Yeah, Byler said the same thing. Byler said changed
but
his
yeah,
life.
He said, I mean, he's not tracking it on Garmin, but he's like, hey, totally different. He won't sleep without it, dude.
Man, I know.
I just need to find the time to go just do a study. Do you guys order a lot of those?
We don't. Our family.
You're an urgent care though.
Yeah, our family practice guy does. I mean,
you do it at home now.
Oh yeah, I did a home sleep study.
Yeah, you do. It
yeah,
at home
absolutely.
Now. Yeah.
How do you do that?
I went to SOMC and they hooked me up with the home kit that comes in a suitcase.
Yeah.
They teach you how to put it on, and they tell you, the respiratory therapist sits down with you and explains all this stuff. I took the suitcase full of stuff home, hooked up, laid down, and do it right there at your house.
Or just records.
Well, your records on a chip or whatever they got. They take.
You sleep with one of them machines?
Huh?
You sleep with one of them machines?
No, I didn't. I snore like a buzzsaw. But I don't have sleep apnea.
Though, man, that's probably even more effective to get it in your own bed.
Hell yes. Why would you get?
Because see, the problem is, I think with that sleep study,
you're not going to sleep naturally.
Shit, I'm afraid I wouldn't fall asleep unless I mean.
Oh, I would think that
I'd be in there.
Yeah. Like I'd want to have like 6 beers before I laid down or something. Maybe then I'd sleep.
Yeah.
And I want to see like what is it when it's at my worst.
Yeah.
Not on a night where I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I mean, if they would need additional, I think you would have to go in for the formal study.
Like if they didn't get enough info.
Yeah, I did a home sleep study about 7-8 years ago.
And then so how does? All right, this is awesome when we're talking to a medical professional on here. You give advice to everybody on this, like this sleep study deal. Let's talk a little bit about this. How does a CPAP machine work? Is that a prescription, dude?
Yeah. Basically, they'll figure out your pressure, and that's kind of outside my wheelhouse.
Okay, that's more respiratory.
That's more respiratory therapy a sleep doctor would tell you that. But basically, it's continuous positive airway pressure.
Sure.
It blows air into your airway.
Right.
And blows open all the flaps, and
so you're getting proper amounts of oxygen throughout the night,
and it keeps all the floppy tissue. Basically, what it does is, your turkey neck, the floppy stuff that's all floppy uvula, big tongue. Blows that open and allows you to breathe.
Right.
Okay. Because that's you can look at somebody's neck and tell whether they got sleep apnea or not.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm asleep.
Both of you.
We both have it.
Chevy.
Oh yeah, both of you. Yeah. And then you look in the throat, and it's something called a Mallampati score. You look at somebody's throat and how far the tongue goes from the uvula.
Yeah.
You look at that. Anesthesia does that.
Oh
but
yeah.
You look at that, and I'm like, you snore. I'll be talking to somebody. I'm like, you snore, don't you? Oh yeah. How'd you know?
I was just looking at your neck.
you can tell.
I'm just looking at your neck. He looks at both. Like, hey, well, both of you. I mean, hey, if you don't need the sleep study, you got sleep apnea.
Yeah.
You better go get your ass a CPAP immediately.
Save you the time.
Immediately.
Just go pick a CPAP up.
Both of you fellers need to go up there and get it done.
But you can't.
Double chin, fat
I guess what I'm saying is, you can't just go buy a CPAP machine.
No, you can't.
Without
I mean,
a
they've got
prescription,
to be fitted, and then they've got to get the pressure right.
Okay.
They'll put the they've got to. I think it's measured in millimeters of mercury how the pressure goes and stuff, and they'll put your pressure on. They'll fit you for a mask because you got to have a good seal.
Yeah, well, now I hear that they're going a lot to the nostrils now.
I've seen those. I've seen those around.
Bylers has that. Like, I think that's nice.
Boys, I don't know.
High flow.
I think, I mean,
My
I
dad-
need to do it.
Well, New Year's resolution. But
Anybody-
I'm gonna have one.
Anybody who
Obviously,
has one says that once they get it and they get used to it,
they can't believe
they
have
can't
never
sleep
used
without it.
Yeah.
But my point is, do we need to rely on that to sleep? I mean, or shouldn't you just get in shape?
Well, yeah. I mean, you could drop 50 pounds. That would help.
But I don't know that it would really solve the problem, though.
But I think you're still going to have floppy tissue in your neck.
Yeah, right.
If it came down, I don't want. My biggest fear would be to be on oxygen.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get used to anything doing something for my lungs.
Yeah.
I don't want my lungs to take. And I know maybe I'm looking at that all wrong.
Well, and I pretty
think I am.
What the apnea is, you're
It's
from
up
here.
here.
It's from here up.
Hey, I don't care though. You're getting assisted. You're getting assisted with a key element of life, right there. I know,
but it takes a lot of pressure.
But the
takes a lot of pressure off your heart. And
yeah,
stuff,
the thing about it is you've got thoracic pressure when you're snoring, when you're struggling to breathe.
Okay.
You've got a lot of increase,
which is caused from what?
From the work of breathing.
Okay, why?
You've got to increase because you can't get it. You can't get through.
And you'll stop breathing.
I know, but why?
Because you can't get air.
Why? Because my lungs are weak.
Because you've got obstruction. You've got obstruction in your airway.
Okay, obstruction in my airway, meaning I got too much flap, or I got not enough lung, not enough boost, not enough what? And you're not a respiratory therapist, so I don't know.
No, you just don't have. You've got more resistance and you've got pressure. It's all about pressure.
Because of so it's all about pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you fix that on your own?
Theoretically,
Yes.
if you lose the weight,
Yes.
you lose a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
You can.
I don't snore near as bad whenever I'm in skinny mode.
Right, you don't.
Well, but now, Ross, can't you be apneic and be skinny?
I've seen people looking like.
Yeah,
I've seen guys your size.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Walk around. I mean, some people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination. Like there's a neurologic thing going on. In addition to anatomy.
Yeah. I'm just scared of that stuff. Hey, here I am, the guy out here saying, go get vaccinated. And I'm scared.
Hey, vaccinated, but hey, CPAP out.
Yeah.
But the thing about
I wish I'm trying to work on getting disciplined enough to where I don't need that.
But your oxygen exchange, your oxygen exchange is going to improve. Your sleep's going to improve.
Well, that's what I'm willing to not do this, okay, and maybe work out a little bit, and I would rather trade that at age 40, okay, while I still can. I'm thinking, hey, while I'm still in these good combative years, let's try not to go into these older years a complete mess.
Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, I don't think if you do that in moderation, particularly a couple glasses of bourbon a night, dude. I don't think that'll affect you.
When do we ever?
That's the problem.
But that's the thing. It's moderation.
That's the problem.
It's like pizza. You can't do pizza in moderation.
No, my problem is now if I'm just sitting there by myself, I can do one glass of bourbon or two and a cigar or something like that. I can do that. But if the three of us are sitting here, forget it. I'll drink the whole damn bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I know no moderation.
I don't. Well, I mean. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to give you an example. Okay, you're talking about getting yourself, at a fighting weight per se, where you're young enough to do it.
I figure that getting in shape is doing nothing but getting harder. And hey, I'm a hard ass.
Well, my grandpa, my grandpa McKenzie,
Okay.
The sorghum maker. Okay. We'll segue into that in a second.
Yeah, we're getting into sorghum here.
My grandpa, which is my mom's dad, Ben McKenzie, he just turned 93 years old. Okay. 2 days ago.
Okay, 93.
Okay, 3 days ago, 28th. Okay, 93 years old.
Okay.
That man he weighs 165 pounds. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to tell you how he got there. When he was about my age, actually he was in his late 50s. He went to see Dr. Ball. Okay, Dr. Ball said, Ben, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Well, Ben McKenzie comes home, and he did X, Y, and Z. He lost 50 pounds, got himself in shape. He's 93 years old.
Yeah.
You know, he keeps an eye on his sugar. You know, he keeps his weight down. You know,
does he have like zero morbidities, man? Like,
I mean, he's got high blood pressure.
Okay.
He has high blood pressure. He has for years.
Okay.
Cholesterol's a little high.
Okay.
And his sugar will get out of whack. But if he stays on his diet, because my grandma's 86.
Okay.
He's 93. They eat out of the garden all summer long.
Oh my God.
You know, they have a huge garden.
So do they try to eat right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they eat
low fat, or like almost
just
vegetarian or what?
A lot, mostly vegetarian, but they are very disciplined. Okay. If you tell my grandma that you're supposed to have 4 ounces of meat, that's what you're going to have. That's what you get.
Yeah.
So they're not eating big portions.
No, they cut their portions.
When you're 93 years old, Jesus, you
do whatever you want.
And that's what I told him. I mean, because he was worried about this kind of stuff. I said, Papa, you're 93 years old. If you want me to go get you a quart of Ben and Jerry's and you sit down and eat it, eat it.
It'll be all right. Yeah.
It'll be all right. Yeah. But they were disciplined.
Yeah.
And he got his weight down in his late 50s. You know, he retired.
What did he do to get his weight down?
Pushed away from the table.
Oh, he just quit eating.
And he's farmed. You know, he worked. He's retired from Pillsbury.
Okay.
You know, with that.
So he had some physical activity in his day to day.
Yeah.
I mean,
he farmed, and you know he stays active, and that's the other thing he says. He leaves that house every day.
Yeah.
2 foot of snow, Grandpa's outside.
Yeah.
He goes outside and does something every day.
Yep.
It does not stop.
And that's good. Yep.
He says, when you stop, you're dead.
Yep.
The guys that I see that are still going.
Yep.
And the ones that I see that
they're
are
active.
Yeah,
yep.
The ones are right. And that's what I thought, you know, at 40, and I'm sure you guys are both there. I just thought, let's go at this thing as I get older. Let's just slowly start working into some, you know, just staying active, you know, having fun.
I'm looking for what I call my second passion. And that's what I'm really trying to figure out here. I've tried different things. Probably not going to be golf. Because I don't know that I can work that in.
I talked about golf today. I said golf is a thing you got to practice to be good, and I don't have all that time.
I don't know that I got enough time to be a golfer anymore. Now I like playing it. I think I would. I won't like going through having to get back where I need to get to do it. But like I do like to buy the equipment and do that shit. I mean that would be all right. Okay, probably not going to be that. Fishing, I don't have the bug, dude.
Yep.
I just don't have the bug.
I love to fish.
Well, my son does, and so I try to do that with him. But like, dude, he needs a better teacher. I mean,
what's your bug?
Right now, I haven't had one because I work 60 hours a week.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, for a lot of years, and then now, I'm just now getting back into it. My son loves to hunt. My boy.
Do you like to hunt?
Oh,
too?
love it. Okay. I love to go. I don't have. I mean, I'm not. Like Donnie and Vince Vickers. I mean, those boys are woodsmen.
Oh yeah.
I got to throw Donnie in there because I'm drinking the Buffalo Trace. He's gonna be so jealous.
Oh yeah, he loves
this.
Well, it's not easy to find Donnie.
He's got that Wellers though that you drill over.
Yeah.
He goes. He's
but Wellers, Massey.
No,
Matthews,
Chris Scott. Yeah.
But yeah, he's got that. But I love to hunt. I love to be outside. Me and my son. I bought my son
out west.
Yeah, we went out west with Rob Munn. Matter of fact, the first time I ever went was with Rob Munn. It was just a great trip.
Yeah.
Great trip.
Josh got a mule deer. Did you get one?
Yeah, he got a big one.
He got a big one, yeah.
He got a big one. I didn't.
Man, we was young. You guys did that when we was young.
We
was
were
in high school.
I was in 1998. Well, we were just out. I was just out.
I was still
I
in
was
school.
working. Yeah, you were. You graduated in 99, didn't you? Something like that. But
They
yeah,
lived
we.
down there right on the corner. From
Oh yeah. They live close.
Oh yeah,
They
we're
were,
neighborhood
hey,
kids.
man, we were Parkview guys, dude. Yeah, we were Parkview. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think we stood together on the safety patrol a couple
Probably.
times. Yeah.
I tell you, a guy you used to run around with. I think it was you. Was Brad Perry
Yeah.
over there? I remember playing basketball with Brad Perry.
Oh,
behind
yeah.
Jack Coyne's house,
Yep.
and he was like he squatted. Remember, he could like squat.
my-
I saw him. I saw him in Kroger yesterday.
Hey, I'm gonna
Way
tell
back.
you something right there.
Yeah.
That man was an athletic.
a big athletic man.
Yeah, like it was funny. He always called himself Fat Man.
Did he?
Yeah, like he had it on his car and shit. As
I'm
he got
telling you
older.
what though, that he was quick as a cat.
And I said, boy, you've got a lot of agility.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
a
he
fat
was
man.
he was really quick. But he and I, we used to go fishing together in Brock Summer. You know, me and Brad and him and Brock, we used to fish. We used to fish together in high school and stuff. And
I like fishing. I just don't know if I'm gonna get that bug.
See, I just don't think I can get passionate about that. Now, maybe hunting, but
well, I like to
again,
do it occasionally. And then hunting is just, it depends on what you're into.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's pickleball. I don't know. Hey, Chubbies, send in what my hobby should be.
yeah. What's
Yeah.
Chad?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
Chad's hobby be?
Yeah, yeah.
What do
Give me a
you
new
what do
passion.
you want it to be? Or like what?
I don't care.
What are you secretly hoping it is?
Well, I know what it is now, like bourbon and cigars. I want to keep
So,
that.
okay,
I want
so-
to keep that. But I want something that's like
Athletic.
not necessarily athletic, but maybe like a little
Active.
more. Yeah, maybe active. Maybe
Well,
something.
what's the difference?
Something a little more other than just sitting drinking bourbon and smoking a cigar.
Well, I mean, something active would be like,
Bowling?
Bowling. Well, I
Okay,
mean,
there you go.
yeah.
Bowling.
That's
hey, walking. I find it to be boring as hell. Like I don't know, man. I'm looking for yes. If there was a shuffleboard, I used to love to play that when I was a young kid.
But I mean, is that the route you're thinking?
Yeah, something like that.
Pickleball.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just something that as my kids are, I mean, right now, I mean, you know what our schedules are like.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
rough.
It's rough.
But like, I need something I can work in there.
Abram playing basketball.
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Thought you was gonna sit that one out, coach.
Yeah, that's what he told me. I mean, what do you do when your kid says, I'm going to
so we're getting ready to
I am
fire-
not coaching. Guess who he's coaching?
Who?
Dan Morrow.
Is he? Good. Good.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Good. I got
He was our elementary school
I know.
gym
Yeah,
teacher.
well, hey,
So well, what about basketball? Not gonna do it.
way too physical. I don't have the knees or shoulders for that.
Because we're getting ready to roll into that.
Yeah, I can't play. I mean,
I'm with you on the golf. It's too much. It's too time.
I love
constrained.
golf.
I
Like,
like
that
golf.
would be the easiest one, and I hope that as my kids get older,
They wanna
that
golf.
is something that. Well, no, I don't care if they golf. That's something that I mean. Actually, I don't want to golf with them. I want. That's something I would like to.
What can
get
Chad
back
do?
into? Yes. Yeah. I'm not a woodworker. I'm not. I don't have stuff.
Well, see, I
like
bought
that.
my son a Forge. He wanted to,
Now that's awesome. Have you watched that show?
yeah.
What's the show?
Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire. Have you seen that?
See, I bought my son a Forge.
You want to see something? I guarantee. All right, I'm going to make a side bet here, or I'm just going. I'm going to ask if I
He'll
know
have
Pudge. That's what I was just going to say. If that man watches, if
Forged
you
in
watch
Fire.
10 shows of Forged in Fire, you'll be a blacksmith.
I kid you not, you will.
You'll have a forge out there.
I got
in your,
one.
in your barn.
I've got-
dude.
I'm
it's
getting
cool.
lazy.
Well, dude,
it's-
I've thought about doing it.
Well, my son,
You should.
I bought.
I might.
I got it for him 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now we've kind of slacked off because.
Yeah.
He wants to get back into it. Now my son's become
It
a
looks
junk.
sweet,
He's
dude.
become a junk collector. He's got the junk eye.
That
now.
he can- that
He's
he
like-
can go
he's like-
and
he's
melt.
Like, do you think? He said. Do you think? What do you think that guy's going to do with them leaf springs? You know, he's like. He's looking for metal.
Because he's like, well, I can make a knife out of
he's
that.
looking
or
for
a
metal.
sword.
And it's been something good.
Yeah.
My great grandfather was a blacksmith.
Yeah.
You know, my grandpa.
you've got a little bit of that with the horseshoeing and stuff.
Yeah, you could be a farrier, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen, I no interest.
Well, 10 shows. That's all I ask.
yeah,
Watch
it's
10 shows.
And I didn't think so
because
either.
once you turn it on, like you'll want to,
See it?
you will want to.
Man, you know what? My passions are becoming freedom.
Well, this is, hey, dude, this is freedom.
Well,
this is making your own weapons.
Yeah,
and
this
all kinds
goes-
of
I
I mean,
kind of
this
like
is-
the idea of not doing anything except whatever I want to do that day.
But this is fundamentally
would fit
though.
into that
But this is
category. Yeah.
useful.
This is-
This is about as useful a skill as I can
know.
think of.
Man,
I mean, that would be something that might, my concern with it.
space,
No, like I would like,
fire.
no, it's my actual hand skill.
Well, it's not
As far as
those guys.
craftsmanship.
Those guys make it look super.
Oh,
easy.
I know they do.
You know,
Yeah.
because I've got these. I bought these gigantic channel locks,
Yeah.
and I've got old stuff that belonged because Grandpa was a farrier. He used to ferry. He used to ferry
My
mules.
dad was a farrier for
He
30 years.
did it out on the Star Mine out in Colton. That's what my Uncle Earl was telling me. My Uncle Earl's 86 years old, my dad's oldest brother. And he was telling me a story about my great-grandfather and my grandfather shoeing ponies at the Star Mine and mules. But anyway, that metal is wicked hot. You know, the metal, you get that metal up 1,300
Oh, my
degrees. You know,
there is nothing I would like. There's nothing I would like better than that feeling of like quenching.
yeah, I mean, but you set that thing out
When do you want to do it? I can take you there, guy.
What?
The Amish, that's how.
Well, I'm not interested in that.
I mean, you can go try it out.
No, I don't want to try it. I mean,
all them blacksmiths got them on their trailers.
yeah, well,
They got forges on the truck.
you should just
I
watch
don't-
some of those shows.
you really do, Pudge.
I ain't gonna
You'd
do
be
that.
you'd be all tore up over it. I promise.
No, I'm trying to narrow my shit down, boys. I don't want to bring anything else home.
Yeah, I will probably not become a blacksmith because like
Yeah.
I don't want to put in all the front end expense. To
Sure.
that.
Yeah. I'm done.
Knowing that what my schedule looks like. I mean, like, dude, honestly, like a new hobby for me is really kind of a pipe dream, dude. Right now,
You know what I think your hobby should be?
what's that?
I tell you, the one I'd start with if I was
Yeah,
you.
what's that?
You haven't even really jeeped.
No, I'm getting ready to sell that damn.
Did you know I got
I
one?
think so.
Huh?
Joey tell you I got one? I got one. I
Did
bought
you?
one off my Uncle Benny. It's
Did you?
03 blue.
Yeah.
Nice little Jeep.
03 blue. That's a T. Is that TJ? Yeah.
See, the problem is with that, like, dude, here's, I mean, we're involved in a lot of stuff,
Yep.
and I got no access to childcare.
Yep.
So, like,
A 2-door Jeep doesn't do you much good.
doesn't do me any good.
Well-
And, yeah, like on Sunday afternoons, it's good, but like I know we're playing baseball this spring, so like when the hell? I mean, dude, I'll have 3.
Why
weeks
don't you
to
drive it in the Why don't you drive back for it to practice? would
I
think
don't
that
like
would-
driving it.
Really.
I hate it. Yeah. I mean, like I don't
You
think
like the
I'm
Jeep,
really
you
in
don't-
love.
yeah.
I like going out on the rides. I own that Jeep because of Jeeping for Joy
Yeah.
and that. Like, other than that,
I'm with you.
I would not choose to drive that vehicle.
Now, see, I like it. I mean,
I like
which I've
driving
only
a
had
Jeep.
it one.
Yeah.
I've only had it one summer,
Yeah,
and
I feel
got a
like
lot.
I'm driving a 4-wheeler.
I got a lot of mileage.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't like that. To me, is a recreational vehicle only
In town.
Like,
It's a fair weather car. I mean,
Yeah,
because
it's-
mine's not.
well, and mine, all it does is I just throw dollars at it. And I'm really tired of doing that. Like, I don't use it enough.
But
Like, I come home the other day, I took it out. I come home, I go out the next morning, both back tires are flat, and there's some damn cord hanging off the middle of it. And I'm thinking, what the hell's that? I got to call Joe, and I'm like, you know what? Hell, this son of a bitch. I hate that fucking Jeep. I fell out of love with it this year. Yeah.
It did take you.
Yeah. I'm just
I
sick
don't
of
mean
it.
to laugh, but
Yeah.
man, this son of a bitch is a gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, goddamn. I mean, it's like, you know what, man? I'm just sick of it. It's a great Jeep.
It's been
Like
in the
if-
shop more it's been in your driveway.
Oh, for me, like if you're a guy that loves to Jeep and you're going to drive the son of a bitch every day, it's probably make you a great Jeep. But if you're me,
Maintenance ain't your deal.
no, I can't stand fighting it. I hate that son of a bitch. I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. And that's the thing. Like, I need a hobby that's like kind of easy.
See, I think you just wrote your ad for Facebook Marketplace right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for sale. Now, my wife is not going to be 100% in on that because she likes it a lot better than I do. But I'm just saying, if we're going to stay in
I'm
this,
gonna sell it too to where I got to.
if we're staying in that Jeeping game, then I'm getting myself
A 4-door.
I'll just buy a new
It's
Jeep.
a different ball game.
Yeah, I am done.
I've had nothing but enjoyment.
I'm done with old Jeeps. I'm done with old Jeeps. I mean, now if you're a Jeeper, like if you want to get extreme, like I think that one I got would get extreme. I think you could do some cool shit with it.
Yeah, if you, it's just one of them deals where if you want to do it, I mean,
Yeah, but I'm not putting enough time into it.
yeah.
I mean, last year I didn't get to drive it 2 or 3 times, and now every time I drive it, both tires go flat, and there's something hanging off the goddamn bottom of it. I mean, hey, let somebody else do that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I don't even know what that is hanging off the bottom. I don't know what it is. I hope it's not the brake line. We'll find out. I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I had the top off of it. It started raining today. I just left it off. I was like, get wet, you evil fucking bastard. Sit in the goddamn rain, bitch. Yeah. So who wants to go and buy my go fuck yourself Jeep? Yeah. Listen,
That was good.
I'll have another one.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm not against Jeeping, but I'm against like the next
was
Jeep
good.
I buy.
No maintenance.
It's not going to be a
Well,
project. You're right.
No.
That's what I thought about that.
I'm gonna
little-
go out there and buy Eddie Hughes's Jeep.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, honestly, that's the way to do
I mean,
it.
I'm just joking. Like, hey, have you ridden in Brennan's?
No,
Oh, dude, that thing rides like a
know,
a damn Suburban or
Hughes?
something. No,
Brennan,
Sean
Sean
Brennan.
Brennan.
It's beautiful. What are those called?
Gladiator.
The Gladiator. I mean,
Truck.
and it's
he put 37s on it. Souped. He beefed it up.
yeah. I think
nice.
it came on there.
No, he did some stuff.
Did he do some stuff? Well, I'll tell you what, man, that thing rides like,
Good.
I mean, it's smooth.
That's what I'm at the point where. So I got that diesel truck, and then I got my Jeep. And it doesn't hurt anything having them both, but it's like, man, that truck just sits. My truck just sits all the time. I didn't tell you, I got sprayed by a skunk.
Yeah, I saw I saw it on social media.
You saw it on social media.
Or something, or you texted it something.
I
You
thought-
said I got sprayed by a skunk. Well, I mean, how did you? And you said that mahogany from Leo Jude took it right off of you.
Yeah, it did.
No kidding.
Yeah.
See, I watched the first part of it. That was. I mean, I watched the first part of that episode.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah.
It took it. Now it didn't get in my hair, but I tell you what, I puked 3 times right immediately.
What happened? Did you just jump out of the truck and there it was, or what?
It was my truck was there, and it was right there at the culvert of my house. And whenever I went by it, I was taking my trash out, getting ready to take my trash out.
Routed up a little bit.
And when I went by it, it sprayed my truck. Well, my window was down, and it got me
Oh,
right
bastard.
there. So
It scared it. Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I wish you'd have hit it.
I'm glad I didn't, because it was right there in front of my house.
Well, that'd have been bad.
But man, I've never been sprayed.
I never have.
I haven't either. And I'm
I've walked through a fresh one. I mean,
I've
puked-
seen it happen.
It burnt my throat. It didn't get in my hair. I just felt it get on me. I didn't.
I saw it happen one time. I saw a dog get hit, and it was at least 50 yards away from me, so I wasn't.
It's like a mist.
Yeah, I thought it was like a fog, but it almost looked like a stream of piss came
I think
that thing.
the piss hit my truck, and the splatter got me.
From it. Yeah.
And,
Boy, it's potent.
man, it
dude.
was rough, dude. It burnt my eyes. It burnt my throat. Everything. Oof. And my truck's sitting home right now, wide open. It still smells like it. I don't know if it
How do you get it out of there, dude?
I don't know. I think that, or
it has to wear out.
that, or
Is that pretty much how it goes?
It might have even went in. My windows was down. It might have even went in my truck.
Yeah, I bet it did get. I bet it got it.
'Cause, man, it's
on the
foul.
ceiling and stuff.
Oh, it's foul.
Sell that truck.
Well, I can't right now.
No. Curtis sold that Raptor.
That's what he said. That's what he said. What else, Rossi?
Well, we never did talk about.
I want to talk
sorghum.
about sorghum.
Well, okay.
I mean, give us at least Here's what. First of all, what is it?
Okay.
Second of all, what do you put it on?
All right.
And then how do you harvest it?
All right. Here's how it goes. Basically, what it is it's sweet sorghum. And there's a couple different kinds of sorghum that you'll see. You'll see it out in the field. All right. Seriously. You see it. You're laughing at me. But you'll
Why
see.
do you laugh about this?
You'll see it in.
Well, I mean, I'm very interested.
I know he laughs at our storytelling.
Okay.
I've been captivating this man with storytelling for 35 years.
Okay.
I mean, how the hell they figure out sorghum?
So, like, he doesn't.
You ever go to your dad and say, Dad, teach me about sorghum?
No, I have no idea what the hell it is.
I learned
That's
it
why I
from my
want to.
papa.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
So anyway, so if you see sorghum out in the field, you see it early out in the field, it looks like corn.
Okay.
Okay. When it gets mature, it has a seed head on it. Like you've seen Milo. You ever seen Milo? It's got the big seed head on it.
Yep.
Sorghum's the same thing.
Okay.
So sweet sorghum, basically when it's out in the field, you harvest it. You take all the leaves off.
Okay.
Okay. You cut the heads off. You cut the stalk down. It looks like a cane pole.
Okay.
Okay. You take this like a sugar cane.
Right.
Okay. We lay it in piles and we put it in the back of a truck or on a hay wagon or what have you.
Uh-huh.
Now my grandpa has got the milling machine that we use now. It's got 3 gigantic rollers on it.
Okay.
You know, and it hooks on a belt on a tractor, belt drive on a tractor. Okay, this thing was made by the Chattanooga Milling Company in 1901, 1902.
Holy crap.
Okay, so this,
Been there a minute.
it's a 120-year-old
Yeah.
piece of equipment. Cast iron, it is ridiculously heavy.
Will it do grain?
It's a sorghum mill. It's sorghum mill.
Okay.
So basically, you squeeze the juice out of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
You squeeze the juice out of it. It comes out. It looks like the nastiest, greenest, god awfulest stuff you ever seen in your life, but it's sweet.
Okay. I thought it was a dark brown.
When you get done.
Okay.
When it comes out, it's bright green when it comes out. And basically, we've got a pan. You know, you run into we got a big stainless tank.
Yeah.
That we run it into, and then you run it down to a pan that's sitting on top of a wood fire. It's a 10-foot stainless steel pan. This particular one we have now, Grandpa's had about 3 or 4 of them that were
10 by 10?
No, it's 10 by 4, probably 4 feet wide, 10 feet long, and it's separated in. I'll show you a picture.
Like this?
Yeah, it's
This whole wall?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And but the one we have now was a maple sugar pan in its first life, and then Josh and my Uncle Dave weld bars into it or baffles, whatever you want to call
So
them.
it's separated.
Yeah, it's separated. And I've got a green side and a brown side, basically. So you boil off all the water out of the juice,
Right.
and when you get down at the end, you've got a syrup, and it comes out. It's a consistency of honey or maybe thicker.
Okay.
Probably a lot thicker.
Yeah.
It gets real stiff. But it's different than molasses. It's not molasses. It's a sweet sorghum, and it is a totally different experience. I'll bring you guys both some.
Please.
But we heat it on.
That's
Seriously,
what do you put it on?
Well, anything.
Toast? Pancakes?
Sure. Pancakes, biscuits. What we do with it, like if you've ever
Would it be the same thing you would use honey for?
Yeah, or
Or the
brown
same
sugar.
thing you'd use
It's
maple syrup for?
or brown sugar.
Okay.
So if I've made you some hot dog sauce,
Yeah.
sorghum in it. If I've made you some barbecue sauce, there's sorghum in it.
Now, do you guys sell this on the open
No,
market?
we
or you
don't.
just keep it?
It's just a family.
My
deal,
grandpa,
Just a family tradition.
My grandpa decided that about 15 years ago we weren't selling it anymore.
Oh, you used to.
Well, yeah, he used to.
Okay.
He used to plant sorghum?
Yeah, Grandpa. The seed heads they're about like this, and there's like thousands of seeds. You could plant a whole crop with one seed head.
How much does he plant now?
Half acre.
Okay, so
Probably
not a ton.
Not a ton.
Just how much does that yield?
It'll bring off if the weather's right. It's all weather dependent.
Okay.
It's all weather dependent because you can boil. It's about 30 to 1.
Okay.
30 gallon to 1 gallon of sorghum, but it's very weather dependent.
Okay.
Now, I'm the cook. Okay, my grandpa used to be the cook.
Now
Then it was
Oh, I bet Josh will argue.
no, he ain't gonna argue with you.
I want to go out there and watch it.
I would love for you to come
Can
out.
the chubby bartenders go live at the next sorghum
We were supposed to. We
extraction?
about that last year.
Do you guys do this once a year?
Once a year, usually week after the apple festival.
Okay, so you've just
Grandpa-
recently.
Probably
Well-
no beer drinking.
Grandpa did not do it this year because I made like 30-some gallon last year.
Oh, and
When I
Gallons.
I ran off 30 gallon last year, and Papa said, "We don't need no more of this."
okay. What do you put it in jars? Or?
Yeah, we jar it up. We'll jar it up. Usually the pints do better. We give most of it away,
Yeah.
but it's my family uses it for everything.
Well, like, do you? All right. So that jar, I open the jar. Do I take it out with like a butter knife or something, like apple butter, or do I dump it like
it's a syrup. It's a
Okay,
syrup. It's a
okay.
heavy syrup. It gets really
Could it be a decent substitute for maple syrup on, say,
Oh,
waffles
sure.
or pancakes?
absolutely. It's good stuff. What?
Chad's fired up.
Well, you should be. It's the thing
I've
about
heard
it
about
is
it many
the thing about
times.
the
I
thing
just
about
wanna
it is
taste
that I mean,
I think you guys have gave me some before. I can't, but
Yeah.
I wasn't really into that then.
but I'm the only. I mean, I'm the only one I know. I mean, there's a guy that makes it down in Portsmouth, and there's some people that make it in Kentucky. But I'm about the youngest person that makes it.
That's awesome.
Do you drink whenever you do it out there?
Not usually, buddy. But when you're
You're
behind that furnace,
Could
'cause you've got-
Pudge and I drink it?
Well, like
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Chad thinks we're going to go out there and sit around the fire like they do.
Yeah,
apple
yeah,
butter,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that ain't
yeah,
what
yeah.
it
that's
is.
what it is. I mean, no.
Well, I mean, as long as we don't have to help.
no. If you
I mean,
sit over here,
Yeah, yeah.
if you sit over here,
Yeah.
and
Just watch.
you'll be fine.
yeah.
We'll film it.
Yeah, you be perfect.
Jackson County Sword.
Yeah, that's what
I'd
we
love
wanted
for
to
you to
talk
do
about.
that,
Yeah.
But Josh is a fireman. You know the firebug he is.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, the
yeah,
boy's
yeah.
a firebug.
Yeah, but he
Okay?
does a good job.
That is his
at it.
job. Absolutely. You tell him I need more fire over here. Josh will put it there.
Yeah,
He will put that fire there.
dude,
You know,
I would love to watch this.
we have a good time.
I
You
would
know,
love
it's
to watch
my
this
family.
process.
My family does. It's very labor intensive.
Oh, I bet it is. But you
very-
guys, I mean, yeah, you guys are kind of intense, but you guys are, I mean, what great people just watching you guys work. I love watching people work.
And he admits it.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't
But
want
the thing
do
is, I
anything.
mean,
just wanna watch.
it's just something I've done all my life, and I
Yeah, and it's an interesting process, dude.
yeah,
I mean,
I've
I'd like to
graduated.
see that.
I've
Yeah.
graduated to cook like I don't know. It's been 14, 15 years. My grandpa's best friend, Lloyd Clay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know he lives on the corner of 139 in Mayhew?
Yep.
You know Lloyd?
I know who he is.
But- They made it together for years, but they decided they were going to retire. I mean, they're in their 80s and they decided to hand it off. I mean, Lloyd's 90.
So your grandpa kind of just said, "All right,
It's your turn.
next."
It's your turn. So I did.
Well, that was kind of an honor, right?
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
was.
I mean, you know.
It was. And I've got to, there's a specific attention to detail. It has to look a certain way because we don't test temperatures.
Did you already know that though? Like before you started cooking? I mean, you've been doing this since probably you were a boy.
5? Yeah. I was
So
5.
like you knew the process, right? Because you're probably like me.
Josh has been 3.
no, seriously, we were like.
I know. I don't doubt this a bit.
like you probably ask a lot of
No,
questions.
I got in the way for the first 10 years. I was in the way. I guarantee.
So you've been doing this
yeah.
now 40 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
we're
I was-
coming next year. We're there at the sorghum harvest.
That'd be awesome.
Is it about this time of year?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that's
it's
phenomenal.
usually the weekend after the Apple Festival. We'll do it.
Okay. Well, you won't be able to. You'll be peeweeing.
Well, unless if I keep making Super Bowls,
I mean, we'll put it. I mean, we've done it.
If
It just
not, no.
the thing about it is it's very weather dependent.
okay,
It's very if we have a dry year makes best sorghum.
okay,
You don't get as much of it.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
because
top shelf.
half the work's done.
okay,
By the time you run it off, half the work's done.
okay. But I want to.
Well, we don't.
All right,
let's
it's
not let everybody know the secrets. They'll be asking.
yeah,
us for
yeah,
some.
don't tell 'em, don't
we
tell 'em.
want some first. Don't
Yeah,
let-
yeah. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Well,
People-
this will be.
people come to me all the
well,
time and want
and
some.
what we've discovered now is there's going to be an episode 2. There's
Yeah.
going to be a sorghum episode.
Yeah.
and maybe Josh will join us as well.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to do them separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you get the Russells one at a time.
Okay.
You just can't handle more than that.
No,
one's enough.
Well, I mean, I just, man, I have thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've had a ball.
Thank you, buddy.
Cheers, bud.
Thanks for
Thanks.
coming on.
Thanks, fellas.
man.
Hey.
Yep. So,
Cheers.
hey, smash that like button.
Yep.
Subscribe
Like
on it.
and subscribe.
And let's see, we got somebody
Doesn't
else.
help you any, but it helps us a lot.
Do we have anybody Thursday?
Thursday,
Who lives Thursday?
yeah, we've got a local actor coming on.
We do?
His name is Joe Hemsley.
Yes.
The man.
He's
is-
this Thursday.
He's famous.
Yes. He's
Yeah,
famous then.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
See you.